correctly that consistency is when you do something over and over and over again, right? So that is a very wonderful explanation of consistency. So then how do we become consistent, and why is it important that we are consistent, right? So the first thing that we could talk about as soon as Cecilia starts talking, right, is number one, consistency allows for measurement. What that means is consistency helps you to see how well you're doing, so you can see your progress, how much you've done, right? So let's say you started something today, okay? And then let's say it's a job that should take, let's say you start your homework, right? And you're supposed to start your homework and finish it to the end, right? And you're supposed to do your homework every single day, right? That is consistency. Doing the same thing over again and seeing it to the end, right? So if you stop your homework in the middle and you don't finish it, that's not consistent, right? And your teacher will not be happy. Your grade will not improve. You won't get any smarter, right? If you stop doing certain things that you're supposed to be doing, right? So it helps you to measure, right? Anyway, let's say you're trying to do your math homework. Let's say you're not so good at math. And your teacher says, if you do your homework every day, you will get better, right? So do you imagine, right, if you did your homework every day, you will really get better at it? Do you think so? No. I think so too. You will get better if you...
I say no, but we learn stuff in school. We gotta take it home.
Because you are practicing it.
Because you're at school.
No, but then you're at school for like
7 hours. 7 hours.
People have you're at school for 7 hours, right? But then when we get okay, where do you spend? I'm at school for that. Excuse me. Where do you spend most of your time? In school or at home?
In school.
How many hours do you have in a day?
24.
How many hours do you spend in school?
16.
16?
17.
Sometimes
sleep.
12. You do overtime?
Sleep don't count.
Sleep does count.
No, it does not. It does not.
So, take out 12 hours. Because I sleep for 12 hours. Take out 12 hours.
You know what? You know why?
4 hours home.
8 hours.
You only spend 4 hours with your family.
I'm weak.
Anyway, the point is this. When you learn something, right? Learning and studying are two different things. Learning and practicing are two different things. Do you think someone who is prolific, which means the best that they can possibly be, yes, where's Oliver?
He's downstairs. He can follow.
See? I'm not the only one that comes out.
No, wait.
Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. Do you think a person who plays the organ, the violin, or music, or the people who made it to the Olympics, do you think they simply learned how to play the piano, or learned how to run, and then they're like, oh, I learned it, now I'm going for the Olympics, and I'm going to win a gold medal, man. Right? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So it's the same thing for you in school. You learn in school. Right. You practice what you learn in school. True, right? But again, back to the person who wins the gold medal in the Olympics. His coach teaches him for a first time. He learns it. Then the coach says, practice it while you're here with me so I can make sure you're doing it well. Then, do you think that person who makes it in the Olympics goes home and sits down and says, my coach taught me, that was one. I practiced in front of my coach or during rehearsal or whatever, that was two. And now I'm going to win a gold medal in the Olympics. No. What does he have to do for himself? He has to practice every single minute that he has free. He practices more than the minutes he has free. Right? He borrows time from sleep, from eating, from spending time with his friends, so he can work at it. So
Yeah.
Yes, I have made my point. Thank you. So my point is, you have to be consistent. You have to be able to do your work in school, practice it in school, and then come home and practice some more if you want to do well. The things I'm teaching you are not for mediocre people. It's not for people who just pass through and do like minor and common. I'm talking about excellence. I'm talking about people who are the best at what they do. I'm talking about people who do become valedictorian, salutatorian. I'm talking about people who do win trophies and medals and prizes in school, right? Or in life. That's what I'm talking about. Okay?
What if they don't give you homework? Do you have to practice?
Thank you. And that's a good question. That's a good question. So very rarely do you not get homework, right? Very rarely.
No.
But if listen. If they don't give you things to practice, and you know the only way you can get better is by practicing, what then must you do?
Practice.
Practice.
But
You have to find it for yourself.
But some people don't need that, like the extra practice.
That's true too.
How much change did she give you?
Okay, so here's a question. This is a good question, people. Right? This is a good question. So she says, how about those people who practice and practice and they still are never good? Right?
Yeah.
That way. So first of all, it depends on how you're practicing and what you're practicing and with whom you're practicing, right? If you're practicing the wrong thing, are you ever going to get good? No. Right? You have to find out first what is right, right? Because some people, they come from school not knowing their tasks, right? They didn't understand anything while they were in class. They were like either daydreaming or even if they were paying attention, they didn't get it, right? So that if you didn't get it in the classroom,
You should have asked.
exactly, you should have asked, right?
No.
How do you expect to get it at home? So then you go home and you're like, I'm practicing, I'm doing my homework, why am I getting a 50 though? Right? Well, obviously because you didn't understand it. It's not because you're stupid, right? Because some people, it takes a little bit longer for it to get through. So they might need someone to teach it to them in another way.
Exactly.
But now they have apps and stuff like that, like Khan
And
Academy
see,
that I use.
thank you, I love it. So now they have YouTube,
I get free
right?
stuff and pay for it.
They have apps, right? So a lot of you have cell phones, right? You use your cell phones to do what? Play video games and games. But there are math things on here. There are reading things on here. You can watch videos on how to do. So if there's an assignment that you don't understand, in the same way, like my nephew, right? He used to come for camp, and he was going to come here and show you all how to solve a Rubik's Cube in 5 seconds. He knows how to do it. Darnell he's my nephew. He turned 12 this year, and he knows how to solve a Rubik's Cube, right, in 6 seconds. How do you think?
My teacher can do that.
I'll show you what it looks like. But how did he learn it? Do you know how he learned it? You know where he learned how to practice it from? YouTube. He YouTubed it. He learned it. He practiced it. Then he called me, or he FaceTimed me, right? Like, what you listen, right? And then he was like, Tati Colette, look what I can do. And he showed me, it was all jumbled up, and he was like, I was like, what? Wait a second, let me time that for a minute there. Like, so then I literally put the timer on, and in 6 seconds, not minutes, seconds, he did it. And I was like, I think I'm gonna call somebody that knows somebody so I can tell them my nephew's a genius. Right? So I was so proud of him. But the reason why also is because he had practiced it. So sometimes we are like, I'm dumb. I don't know. I can't. Right? But half of you, I bet you could find one song that you know all the lyrics to.
Don't mind stop talking to me.
See, that's awesome. So my point is, if you're consistent, the reason why you know those songs is because you rehearse it, you practice it, you sing it over and over. That is not true. The reason why that's not true. The reason why that's not true is because the brain doesn't work that way. The only person that is true for is someone with a photographic memory. Right? You do not. So, I know. If you had photographic memory, there's a lot of things you wouldn't do. Because when I tell you something, you remember it. You do, but you see, you heard that, I heard that. She remembers, but she chooses not to. Anyway, so my point is, practice, being consistent at something helps you to be perfect at it, right? Perfect. And you can measure how well you can do it. Okay? So then let's move on faster. Yes, people have short-term memory. It's true. I have a short-term memory. Everybody has a short-term memory and everybody has a long-term. And depending on how well you practice your short-term memory, it can be sharper than others. My long-term memory is super sharp, right? Whereas my short-term memory
She forgot. Yes. We went to go get the bags yesterday. She forgot where we had to turn.
Me, Johnny and I went to collect the food. But the thing is, it's a long hallway, and all the exits look the same. So on our way in, I figured it out, because I could see the exit from where I stood. But on our way back, I couldn't see an exit. Every hole, every wall, and there was like a checkered walkway, and everything looked the same. So I'm like, is it this? No. Johnny was like, Nicolette. I couldn't remember. It's not my fault. They set me up. Anyway, okay. So the second thing is consistency creates accountability. Which means when you're consistent, then you can say to yourself, okay, I have done this much and I have done this much. Now I expect this much from myself, right? So like when you practice, right, and then you don't do well, you're like, how is that possible? Because I practice. So like you feel accountable for it. You're like, I know what I expect of myself, right? So that's what that means. Number 3. Consistency establishes your reputation, right? And this is the part that I like. If every time, those who are doing something else over there, it's okay, right? Because I know this conversation is a bit much for you, but please keep your voices down, okay? Thank you. Thank you for paying attention. Those who aren't paying attention, thank you. So, but the 5-year-olds, and it's okay that they're doing something else. Okay, so listen. So when you're consistent, it builds your reputation. So if every time you ask me something, Mika, I come through, I'm consistent. You're like, Nicolette, are you going to be here this time? I'm like, I'll be there. And I show up. Are you going to do this for me, Nicolette? I will. And I do it. So that means I become what? Reliable, right? Then it builds a reputation. Then everyone will say, if you get Nicolette in your business, you best to believe she'll come through, right? And that's what consistency does for you. But the thing about consistency is, if you're not consistent in the small things, you will tend not to be consistent. You have to put that away. You